So we all know the R's of sustainability: reduce, reuse, recycle. And I remember from when I was a kid growing up, I'd always hear about recycling and so on. Now that we have these guidelines, we're learning more and it's evolved. How do you define the new R's of sustainability today?
Well, I wonder. I know at some point we may think in the future, 5 years from now, how many R's there going to be. I've got seven right now, and in that's there's one more in there from the EDPA guidance we put together, which had six. And so the first is to rethink, right? So you're new to the journey, you do some reading, that will cause you to rethink everything that the company is doing and how we might take climate change out of that, take emissions out of what we're doing. And the second R would be to refuse that, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to use PVC, or we're not going to use foam core. We're going to take the EIC guidance, and I'm just not to offend EDPA, ESCA, EIC. In fact, I'm just going to call it EDPA. You take the EDPA guidance, and if you go in there, you will find where we suggest you start to eliminate things that are bad for the industry. And we typically started at the 35% level. So we might say reduce the use of foam core by 35%. When you get there, go to 50 some odd. When you're there, go to 75. And then when you're there, go to 90. And hopefully we'll get it completely out of the work stream. So in terms of refusing, that would put you on that path. Look at everything that you're doing, look at the EDBA guidance, and then pull from that what you can stop doing and refuse to do it. The third R would be to repair. And that is when things are broken, let's not throw them away. Let's look that they can get repaired and then start the fourth R, which is to reuse, right? We're seeing a lot of reuse, certainly in rental of furniture, but more importantly now in flooring. There's been a lot of change in the last 3 years post-COVID for sure, where we see much more reuse of carpeting. And then we'll get to the last R, but then repurpose. And this is the new R, repurpose. It's sort of a play on the reuse, where reuse, you use it for the same thing. It's a chair, I sit on it. Okay. When I repurpose it, what else could I do with that chair that doesn't make it a chair anymore? So there's a lot of repurposing going on. Reduce, if you do all those R's, you're at the reduce anyway, because you've done all these other things. And then the last one, which is recycle. And a lot of people instinctively think recycle should be the first one, but actually, no, it's the last one. Do all these other things, and you will take things out of the pipe stream. And then what you're left with, we should look to recycle. So those are my seven R's.
Yeah. And I think those are great because I think that creates a foundation for a good culture within companies. And what I'm seeing here is that we follow these guidelines and we start looking at these R's, and that could lead us to the end game, which is a standard within our industry.